Hello, we're the NBS Energy Code Decoders, and we're here to help you crack the energy codes. We know how complicated, difficult, and tedious meeting energy codes can be. We'll offer guidance and help you understand and adhere to even the most stringent requirements, so you can be sure your building is up to code and energy compliant. There are a number of important factors that you need to be aware of when it comes to energy codes. It's a complex web of rules and regulations that require close attention to detail. You'll need to be familiar with IECC, ASHRAE, R values, and U factors, local codes, state codes, climate zones, compliance methods, and space conditioning types, which are all factors in making your building energy compliant. The first things you need to understand in order to be compliant with energy codes are the regulating bodies that make the codes. The two major players are IECC and ASHRAE. IECC regulates minimum energy conservation requirements for new buildings, while ASHRAE provides the minimum requirements for energy-efficient design of most buildings. They are adopted differently in different areas. In many locations, you can use either IECC or ASHRAE guidelines for your project, depending on which one better suits your situation. They're both updated every 3 years. We know it's a lot to keep up with, but we can help. Another thing you have to consider is the R value and U factor when deciding how to insulate your building. R value measures the resistance to heat flow. So the higher the R value, the better the insulated product is. And U factor measures the rate of heat transfer. So the lower the U factor, the more energy efficient is the product or assembly. We can help you determine which insulation works best for your situation. You also have state and local codes that you have to deal with. Some state codes are more stringent than others, while some states have no codes at all, only local city codes. State and local codes also include requirements for whatever climate zone you are building in. Some states have multiple climate zones within their borders, so it's important you know all state, local, and climate zone requirements before beginning a building project. When it comes to meeting energy codes, there are 3 different compliance methods that you can consider. The first is the prescriptive method, which is the easiest way to comply but not always the most cost-effective. Next is the trade-off method, which allows for greater flexibility when meeting codes. And lastly, you have the energy cost budget method, which is the most complex method. It is important to weigh the options and choose the method that works best for you and your situation. There are 3 main space conditioning types that you need to be aware of. The first is conditioned space, with 3 subtypes: cooled space, heated space, and indirectly conditioned space. The next space conditioning type is semi-heated space, which applies only to ASHRAE, not IECC. The final type of space is an unconditioned space, which is an enclosed space that is not heated or cooled, either directly or indirectly. Again, each type of space requires different codes to meet energy compliance. We understand that there is a lot of complicated information you need to know, and a variety of required actions you need to take in order to be compliant. That's why we do what we do. We have a multitude of energy solutions and expertise to help you meet code in any condition. We offer reliable, eco-efficient cool coating finishes that can lower your energy costs by reflecting the sun's rays. Day lighting with prismatic skylights, along with energy-efficient lighting and lighting controls, can reduce annual lighting consumption, dramatically increasing the energy efficiency of your building. Our insulated wall and roof panels come in a variety of options to accommodate the needs of any project. You get reliable thermal performance and insulation continuity with no cavities, no gaps, no crushed insulation, and no cold bridges. And insulation values can be easily increased by simply increasing the thickness of the panels, allowing you to choose the right configuration to make your building energy compliant. Another valuable resource is our TOOLBOX app, with a variety of useful energy tools right at your fingertips, like the US and Canada energy codes, energy contacts, relevant articles, and white papers. If you have any energy-related questions on a project you are quoting, you can request assistance with just a push of a button. Simply identify the energy code or codes that are required, the building's heating and AC requirements, and any project-specific information. Then the data will automatically be forwarded to one of our in-house energy resources, and they will follow up with you as soon as possible. The more building information you can provide up front, the quicker the response will be. We can also determine which of our wall and roof insulation systems to use to meet energy requirements. With several configurations for both wall and roof systems at your disposal, we make it easy for you to meet your insulation needs. No matter what your energy efficiency needs are, we've got the solutions to help you meet code and win bids. We're available by phone to answer all your questions at 1-844-682-6724. Contact us today to start saving energy, meeting codes, and winning bids.